Oh, let me add DeAndre in here. Hey, y'all.
How's everyone
Kinda
doing?
was all right. Request to join on Instagram, DeAndre, so I can
All
add
right, give
you.
me 1 second. I got you.
Hey, everybody. We are back. Oh my gosh.
Back like we never left.
I know.
Wasn't too long ago that we saw everybody.
I know. How everybody doing? All right, we're gonna get DeAndre in here on Instagram real quick. Oh, I'm not bald. I got my scarf on today.
I'm tuned in. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Cool. All
How's
right.
everyone? Let me make sure I can read these comments as well. There's a lot going on. Okay.
Yeah, everything's good on my side.
Okay, bet. Okay. Hello, everyone. DeAndre, how are you, first of all, before we even start? Like, how are you today?
First week into school, I'm doing all right.
Oh, it is the first week.
Well, yeah, first week just ended. It's the second week now, but
Yeah.
I'm doing all right. Things couldn't be better or worse. I'm doing fine. How about
Doing
you, though?
fine. You said, I'm doing well too. I mean, I'm happy that we had the one day off that we did have, but
Yeah.
it was cool.
Yeah, it blew by. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of the things where I woke up this morning. I was like, I wish it was Friday
I know.
again. I
Like,
wish it was Friday.
I woke up with bags under my eyes. I
Yeah,
mean, oh
it
my
was
gosh.
a tough morning for me.
Yeah, back to the ground already.
Yeah, things go too quick around here.
I know. Even when we think about college and our real lives and stuff, I feel like we came to the realization that you can't. It's like that quote that says like, "How was it that Lauren Hill put something? How you gonna win when you ain't right within?" You probably don't know. You too young.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
have no
basically
clue.
yeah.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh, babies in the chat. No, it's just mainly just saying like you got to be able to do the work on yourself first before even trying to step out into this world and one be successful or try to help other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really, in order to do that, I was on my own journey of my own self-discovery and just trying to figure out who I was. This was in the middle of the pandemic, mind you.
So wait. Middle of pandemic. That's 2020, like the summer or before?
I didn't have my job yet, so I guess that's 2020. At this point, it's a blur. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It is a
That's
whole blur.
2020. Yeah, that's 2020.
Okay, yeah. So it was 2020, and I just happened to be on Instagram, and I saw Big Sean, the rapper. For those who, I hope y'all know, y'all should know who that is.
Yeah, I know who that is.
And he had posted this book that he read, and he was like, "I encourage anybody to read this book. If you're trying to just find who you are, or trying to be successful, or really just trying to do the work on yourself." And so I was like, "I wonder what the book is." Mm-hmm. So I ended up finding a book, and it was called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success.
Yeah. The one and only.
Okay. It's giving original hard copy. Okay. We don't do the online over here.
Hard copy.
Yeah. And so I read it, and it literally changed my whole perspective on life. I can't even lie to you. And that sounds cliche, but it's so true.
Fully agree.
Yeah, so I ended up, well, for one, I mentioned it in one of our YouTube videos when we were talking about mental health because it helped me so much. Then I ended up recommending it to you.
Right.
You remember?
Right. Yeah. And it's the same thing like she said, it did flip your whole perspective on what you thought life was about. Mm-hmm. And at the time for me, it was the thing I reached out to when I was in the low point. Yeah. And it allowed me to feel like I was releasing that energy to somewhere better and somewhere that it needed to be compared to how I felt at the time. Yeah. And when you can't really release it to the people you're around and it really allows you to internalize for yourself what the book is about or how the book makes you feel or what you're experiencing at the time. Right. It just gives you a whole new idea about what's going on and how things are perceived through other people or yourself. Mm-hmm. And how you have mentioned it in the YouTube video. We also mentioned it in the 30-minute hour podcast that we were a part of a few months ago that we had mentioned previously. Yeah. And the book kind of struck a nerve with everyone surrounding how we spoke about it, how it impacted Deja and I in many ways. Yeah. Because we both, of course, read the book. And we wouldn't be talking about the book on either podcast, ours or theirs, if it didn't really hit it home for us.
Yeah, I mean, we want to be authentic with it. So, like, we don't want to share anything that we don't really know about. Exactly. You know? So, we we felt that it would be good to kind of talk about this book a little bit. One, because it helped us so much, and two, we get people ask us about it a lot. And I think if we kind of like go through the different laws of the seven spiritual laws of success. Oh, by Deepak Chopra, I think he said that's how you pronounce his name. I meant to say shout him out too. But so we'll just go through those real quick and then try to give like an example of how we apply it to our own lives.
Yeah, before we even get into that, I don't think people understand like how much the book like really like changed course for me.
Okay, definitely get into that.
Yeah, just like quickly, it was really the point where it was like I didn't eat. Sometimes some days your brain was all foggy, you couldn't even think, and not to be like the book leveled me up to this crazy person, but in the grand scheme of things, it really allowed me to flip my entire script on my life. Because when you got to a certain points where you thought that you were so what's the word I'm looking for, Daisy? When you're like so, or you're stuck in a place that you can't get out.
Yeah,
like you're complacent.
Yeah, complacent.
I felt like so complacent in the time in my life. I really didn't feel like there was no outlet, really.
Yeah.
And the book gave me a narrative to change that for myself. And as Deja said, we wouldn't be talking about something that we truly didn't believe in, or because we're not sponsored enough.
No,
so
yeah,
this is something, it's something that we truly care about and that we really feel, strongly towards. So
yeah, and I know books have a bad rep, like it takes too long, or this doesn't really speak to me, or it's talking about spiritual stuff. I don't want to really get into that, but it doesn't even make you feel that way.
Yeah,
it doesn't tell you have to believe a certain person in a certain being, or you have to go to church or anything. It's just really trying to make sure that you care enough about yourself to do the work that you have to do. And it's hard. Like, it's so hard, it's so hard to.
It is. It's not easy to break out of that.
Yeah, it's hard to look at yourself in the mirror because it's easier to sit in your own toxicity. Yeah. It's so easy to just be like, that's how I am, or I don't feel like changing myself. I just want to,
I feel like a lot of kids think like that.
Especially in our age, it's just like, take me as I am. And I don't think that's good. Mainly, I mean, don't even think about it of how it affects other people, because who cares really about, that matters, but it's really about how you're going to feel about yourself when you go to sleep at night.
Exactly.
So, once that stuff start bubbling up, it's like you should have dealt with it when you were younger, instead of now you have kids, or you in your third job and you trying to then go back and figure life out. You don't want to do it when it's too late. So yeah, this book, it just has 7 laws, and not laws like.
Right.
And not law. It's just like guidelines. Let's say guidelines.
Like
guidelines to success.
Like ideas, thoughts,
Ideas, And success means something different to everyone. It's not about the most money. It's not about.
That book is basically the opposite.
It's complete opposite. Yeah. It's not even telling you how to get money.
No.
They have those wealth books, but wealth is really like how strong your mind is.
Exactly.
How much you care about yourself, how much you care about others.
What you put into it is really what wealth is on.
Exactly.
Into yourself. So
yeah. So like the first one is, show the book again, Dion. You got to be my model today. I don't have it.
I have the book.
Okay. So yeah, the first one is like the law of pure potentiality.
Yeah.
So when I first read that, I was like, what?
Right. I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I was y'all using too many words that it don't really make sense to me. I never even heard of potentiality. I was like,
pure potentiality.
Yeah. But when I read it, it's basically all it's just saying is be silent enough in your head to be able to allow the universe or God, whoever you believe in, to tell you things. So basically, a lot of times we walk around with so many thoughts in our head, so many. You're so stressed about a whole bunch of stuff, and you don't have enough time for your mind to be clear in order to really sit down and think about what you're going through. Mm-hmm. So what I would do, for example, if I was really stressed out, what's crazy? This actually happened to me last night. Okay. I was thinking about a lot of things, right? Mm-hmm. And I went onto my Calm app, which is CALM, which is the meditation app. Mm-hmm. And when I went on there, it allowed my brain to get silent, and then it allowed myself to actually be able to hear my own thoughts, if that makes sense. Because sometimes when you hear a lot of thoughts, it's a lot of jumbled thoughts. But when you sit down and be silent and really listen to what's going on, you can actually hear the thoughts that will help you be a more successful person. Or it gave me more ideas for like the podcast or things I want to do in my own life. You have to be able to erase all the distractions and just allow for the blessings to flow in.
I know what you mean. And the thing is, with the book, how you said with Pure Potentiality, it just, with different people, it strikes them in different ways.
Yeah.
And when I had first read that chapter, I had, thanks to my mom, I have a journal. She had got me this journal, and I was writing things down. And what struck me first was, this is something I wrote back all the way in June 25th. So this was summertime 2021.
Okay.
And it was to use your power on yourself and never for something, a person, or object. And when I had read that, I was just thinking, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Using all that energy on something or other people, if you use that on yourself, it unlocks that pure potential. That was the first thing
literally.
that I wrote down. Literally, that's literally.
Did you write the book, or did somebody else write the book?
Nah, like, it's crazy. Like, this is literally the first thing I wrote down. And I was like, it was like the time that it was happening, and the things that were going on. It's like that was the perfect sentence that caught my eye.
Yeah,
was that to like reach that point in your life?
It's so true, because too often a lot of us think it's more beneficial to ourselves to just help other people, but you forget about yourself.
Exactly.
And the only way you can really be the best you can be is if you take care of yourself first. I feel like people think that's such an easy thing to do, but it's really not.
It's not.
And when you help other people, it distracts you from the things that you have to deal with within yourself. But
especially
if
people you love.
Especially people you love. And you want to make sure that you're strong enough, because some people, they walk into your life and they walk out, and you have to be able to be good within you. You can't attach your self-love to someone else. That's why
and that's a law later.
Yeah,
too.
That's a law later.
Detachment from people and things, and so I think that goes hand in hand also.
So I would even suggest someone to like just sit outside one day and literally just listen to what's going on outside.
Yeah.
Listen to the wind. Put the phone, like literally sit, and you'll realize how many thoughts will come to your head, but good ones. Like stuff that you might want to do later, or hey, I told myself I wanted to exercise today, or it'll literally come to you because your mind is clear enough to be able to digest those things.
Exactly.
The next one is the law of giving. And when you first hear the law of giving, you automatically think about what you have to do for someone else, but really it's like a combo, because it's the law of giving and receiving.
Yeah.
And I feel like that receiving part is hard for a lot of people. One, because even with me, it's hard for me to receive things. Not things that's materials, because honey, you can give me the things. I take it all day. Okay. Yeah. But I mean more of saying, if someone gives you a compliment, take that compliment. I will always be like, nah, don't talk about me. I don't like the attention.
Right.
But that's actually a problem. And I have to do more work on myself to figure out why I do that, why I don't want the attention, why I don't want people to acknowledge my like success. But when you do that, it actually allows for more blessings to come into your life, because you're telling like the world, or because everybody don't believe in God. So you're telling like the beings that be that you are okay with receiving blessings. I want more. That's why it's so important to be able to receive those. You have to. And that's my problem. Like I struggle with that part. Like I don't have any issue with that giving part. And the giving is not even a whole lot. It's literally just giving someone a compliment or smiling. Like a lot of people don't smile, man.
Yeah, I
ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But good.
No, you can go on.
I said I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't always a smiler.
Nah, never the smiler. Straight face all the time. All the time, straight face.
I gotta find an old picture of myself. I used to be like,
always.
Like all the time. But no, seriously. So I would one practical way is to, even something I would do, I would acknowledge, if someone has this new venture to do, I'm like, good job, I see you. Like people just want to be seen, or say, like comment under someone's picture, or like in a not if they're just, it could be a picture of them, but I'm saying if they're showing that they're trying to do this business thing, or they are talking about how they got a new job, like just compliment people. Right. Yeah, because when you do that, then you're going to get your own blessings in return. And you have to do it with authenticity.
I was about to say that. Like, you don't want to attach any means to it. You're doing it because you want to get this in return. Or
and when you give in that way, that you're giving in a way that doesn't like drain you.
Exactly.
We're not trying to like say you have to give, because that's people's problem too. You don't want to be in that space, but also you want to do the things that don't really take a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's easy for a lot of people. It's easy for people to give compliments. So I would just encourage people to do that a little bit more.
Yeah, just the smaller things. It doesn't always have to be this gigantic thing to make an impact in someone's life.
Right.
Or someone's situation. It can be the smallest things ever.
No, I agree.
Yeah, but we're only on law 2, and look what we're
Yikes.
talking about. But yeah, so number 3, I think this was probably my favorite one, honestly. Law number 3, the law of karma or cause and effect.
Okay.
So this law, it really did. I just want to give a little background for myself. It really does make me think at the time back in June or whatever I started reading the book to not act different, well, act differently, but in a positive way. And that every intention or every action that you make has a generated force that comes after that.
Yep.
So what you do to someone or the action that you do, and this crazy thing that I do now is like, it could be the smallest thing as in accidentally littering or something. And in my head, I'll be like, is karma attached to that? Right? Yeah. Or I'm with my friends and we'll be like, nah, you're going to get karma for that. It's just like, it's not really the basis of like, oh, something's bad going to happen to you. It's just the fact that you're putting that energy out into the universe, into the world, into different things around you. And that same thing that you can put out can easily come right back to you.
Yeah. And it's not going to happen immediately.
No. It's not like, it's not how they portray it in the movies as something bad is going to happen right after or whatever.
Nah.
But I think something that was important that I just want to go over this small little quote right here. And I really did use this in real life. And it says your body experiences 2 kinds of sensations. One is a sensation of comfort and the other is a sensation of discomfort. And when I first read this, I'm like, hold on. Now I'm thinking about it, and the next time it happens, like you feel a situation or you read a text or you see something and your body instantly reacts. It's like right away. You feel it in your stomach.
Yep.
And it tells you that cause and effect right then and there, if you should do something or not do it, if you should interact with it. And that block or that idea, that paragraph really basically is the whole law.
Yeah, it is.
What you do is the same thing as your outcome. As much work as you put in is as much work you're going to get out. It's the exact same thing. And I really thought that was powerful for me at the time and right now. So
no, I agree. I feel like even with the words you use, being very intentional. A lot of times when I talk, I try to think before I say something. Not in like maybe not with friends, but I'm saying if someone's asking me a question, I try to think about what I'm going to say first before I say it. Or it's just like certain words I don't even use anymore. Like I try not to use the word death or, just certain things, because I just feel like it's so much power into the energy and the words we put out here that you just don't want to just say and do anything.
Yeah.
And you want to try to be the best person you can be to other people, because it's going to come back.
Yeah, definitely.
Like people think this whole being petty and being shady and all that stuff is not gonna come back. It might come back 10 years. It might come back through your kids.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm reaping some of the karma from my parents. Like, what y'all do to people back in the day?
Right.
Because I know I'm not doing stuff. So like,
you just never know.
Yeah.
I think everything.
Because it's coming back on me. I
truly think everything is interconnected in a way. And I was like talking about this a few days ago, just about how your actions and your intention in life really circles around.
It does.
And it is just as powerful as you think certain other things may be. But people don't really pay attention to that as much as they could, I think, in my opinion. So
yeah, it's the same with like when they say energy cannot be created or destroyed.
Yeah.
I think that's science.
Yeah, no, it is science.
I haven't taken science in a long time.
That's the law of something.
It's the law of something, but it's the same idea though. Like it continues in a circle.
It's ongoing, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's crazy. Is the next law for me, ain't it, huh? Oh, because that's my favorite.
Next law for Deja.
Yeah, the law of least effort.
I really don't remember this one.
Yeah, and what's crazy is this one is actually the one I struggle with the most. I think I might have said that about the law of giving and receiving, but I'm serious about this one.
Okay.
Because it's the one where you do less to get more. And what I mean by that is the law of least effort is saying, yeah, this situation might be happening to me right now, but I'm going to take it as it comes. Like not trying to be so focused on trying to control everything. Literally saying like, this is what it says. It literally says, not the exact thing from the book. This is what I paraphrase from it because I think it's so important. It's saying like letting the chips fall where they may and not as you wish it would happen. Because everything happens for a reason. And that's even with me right now having the job that I have. Like it might not be the one that I want, that I dreamt of, but it's all happening the way that it's supposed to. That like, these are the steps that are guided for me. And if you get so caught up in, oh, dang, I'm mad that it's happening to me, or, I'm not really happy with where I'm at, then you're not going to be able to move forward. Because even some of the tools that I'm learning right now, I'm like, dang, I didn't know this stuff before. And so I know that I'll be able to use it into the stuff that I really want to do in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think understanding that all the laws are connected to each other.
Yeah, they are. They're all like interconnected.
Right. Because I think the law of least effort can connect back to the law of giving.
Yeah.
Because I had highlighted this point where it says, when your actions are motivated by love, there is no waste of energy. And I think that's the same thing with giving. It's like, when you give with intention of love and not intention of receiving back, that least effort is the same thing.
Yeah. You better preach today.
Yeah. So I think
you're speaking facts.
Yeah. It's just connected both ways, honestly. But go ahead, you're finishing up.
Yeah, no, I was done. I was just saying that the law of least effort is really hard for people who think with their head. Well, I'm not gonna say think with your head, but if you're really in your head a lot, like me, it's hard to like let things just happen as they're supposed to, because you want to control everything. Like I want to control everything.
I need to know what happens. Right. Yeah.
I need to know what happens in the morning. I need, like, if I'm going out with my friends, what are we doing at 11? Then what do we do at 1 p.m.? You said we eating where? Did we make reservations? Like, I gotta know everything.
Yeah, it also could make you uncomfortable not knowing.
True.
So knowing makes you feel more comfortable.
I think I was watching that Michelle Obama. She had like a special on yesterday on BET with Yar Shahidi. It was about her book. She said something like, dang, I don't have the exact quote, but she's basically saying, she said something like, having fear, it protects you, of course, if you're in danger or something like that, but it also can hinder you from growing. Like if you fear so much, you won't even allow yourself to get to the next step. So it ties in with this, with me just basically saying you have to allow things to just happen as they come, because something better is literally the better things will happen in the future. You just gotta wait.
I think fear of disappointment also hinders you from growing. Just
it does. It does. Dang.
Yeah, but I think that law is actually pretty powerful.
I love that law.
That's one of the ones I didn't pay attention to as much. But
same with me. Same with me until I read it. We can go.
Yeah, law 5, and I think, not that I think, I know, law 5 is probably one of the ones that you could use the most in daily life. I think.
Okay.
So that's the law of intention and desire. And intention and desire, we kind of spoke on intention, so I want to kind of lead on the desire side.
Okay.
And you kind of taught me this in a way as I was reading the book, and how we kind of jotted down ideas about it or whatever inside the book. And that desire aspect is that you release those desires into the universe.
Okay.
So you can jot those ideas down, those goals that you have for yourself, and you just release them. And one thing that I had to learn while reading the book was when my mind was stuck on things that I wanted to understand, I just spoke them into the universe at the time. Yeah. So when we went on a beach trip to Virginia Beach, and I was just having a mind block, and I just wasn't feeling like myself for just maybe 2 minutes. And in my mind, I just released those desires that I had, those thoughts, those internal fears, like you said, into the universe, and allowed them just to stay with itself. Yeah. Because in reason, that pure potentiality is connected to those desires. You release those desires, and your pure potential can finally be shown.
Yeah. So and sometimes the more you speak it, other people might hear it.
True.
Like, even with this podcast, we always talked about how we like to talk and everything, but we never said like we wanted to do a podcast. But just by talking to, being a guest or talking to other people, some people hear your desires.
Yeah, it just happened naturally. Honestly.
Yeah, like if you just keep it inside, then you don't know who could be able to bless you and help you with the things that you want to get in life. So you have to speak it and put it out there.
And I really do believe speaking or writing things down, or just having them in writing or somewhere where you can see them, really does allow them to happen. And
people sleep on that.
I do, and I think unconsciously that you do it without even knowing. that your desires can come to fruition just randomly.
Yes. When you're
But
not even thinking, or you're not
exactly,
even.
it's like it just comes all at once, or maybe it can come in sections, but it does come eventually.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I
That's so
truly,
crazy.
yeah, I truly do believe that. As I was reading this book and as I was writing these things down, I could see it happening. I could see the steps in my life flipping. And that's the honest truth.
Yeah.
That's the honest truth right there. But this right here, the law of detachment. And I don't know why I'm laughing, but it's just funny because the law of detachment, you would think that it would be talking about maybe like a relationship or friends or people that you think may not be good for you.
Yeah, when you first hear it, that's what you
Right,
think about.
that's the first thing that you think of. But the attachment isn't really catered to a person, but more for it was like an idea.
Yeah. Explain.
And yes, yeah. So let me explain to you. It like the idea of the law of detachment is once you're able to, and I'm trying to break this down as easy as I can. Once you're able to detach from something,
yes,
you are basically then able to not leave it in the past. I'm trying to say
like,
it. You know, what I'm trying to
you're
like
able to you're able to not, I guess, be so hung up on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I guess that's kind of what they mean by detachment, but it's really so that idea in your mind can finally be necessarily gone or put into a place where you aren't able to fear or care about it no more.
Same, yeah. I have a like even with what I used to do with like my hair. I never really had. I wasn't like. I wasn't. I'm not gonna. I never really was like. I wasn't really. What's the word? Like scared to show my hair or anything like that. But I'm saying, you know how a lot of people have like detachments. They are attached to their hair a lot. So what I'm saying is like when you detach from that, you're more comfortable with going out and being your true authentic self in this world. You know what I'm trying to say? Like there's other attachments too. Even me being, if you're attached to like a certain job, or if you're attached to, you have to go to this certain school, then if you don't get in that school, then now you feel like your whole identity is gone. But if you weren't attaching yourself to something like that, you'd be able to.
I think in the grand scheme of things, I feel like attachment, it hinders you from being able to do what you want. And it's not that that attachment is bad, but it's hard to balance attachment with wants or desires, that like said before. And when you're attached to certain things or certain aspects of your life, you're not able to change in a way.
Nah, that's true.
Yeah, it's like you just become stuck.
Yeah.
And it doesn't allow you to flip that switch for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's the whole thing about what detachment is about. It allows your life to become an adventure. Allows you to experience new things. And it doesn't cater you to one thing.
That is so true.
Yeah, one idea. It pushes you forward. And that's honest. That's like, it really does.
No, you're right. You're so right.
Being able to release is hard though. It's not easy.
No, it is. Like I feel like everything we're talking about feels so hard. Like, it's so easy to just say, let it go.
Yeah, it's just so
and like,
easy, but it's
just
not.
let things flow. And I know it's not easy like that.
Yeah, and it's hard to face that reality that you need to do those things to be a new person for yourself. A lot of people are stuck in their ways.
But just how people dedicate to certain crafts, whether it be sports or writing or makeup or hair, you have to be that dedicated to your life.
Yeah.
So sometimes people think, they just don't, you think it's so hard, but if you just have the certain dedication to know that the results will be worth it, then you're going to be willing to put in that work.
Exactly. And I think people get blinded by that. They get blinded by the fact that they don't want to advocate for themselves, but they advocate for things that aren't as impactful. And I honestly had to learn that while reading the book, that you are really more powerful than you truly think. And that's real. And
people will try to make you feel like you're not, though.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people know that about themselves. Because I think when we're kids, that's our truest, like, most confident when you're a kid, because you feel like nobody could tell you nothing, not in a combative way, but just the way you feel about yourself. You love yourself so much. You're energetic. You have this huge imagination. But as you go on in life, there's people in your life who kind of shut that down. So it's hard to get back into the groove of feeling worthy.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to do the work on it. And I feel like the last law, the law of dharma, or the purpose in life, it's kind of like, it's like your purpose in life is that last law. And I don't want to get too hung up on the word purpose because
that can be general.
It takes a while to even figure out what that means, you know? Like I still don't really know what that means, but the law is basically just saying when you combine purpose with talent, what is this? It says when you combine talent with helping others, that's your true purpose. So what that could be anything, like, so even with the podcast or with our business in general, we're combining maybe our talent for speaking or our talent for, I don't know, like helping other people. I mean, there's different things. Yeah, when you combine it with also helping someone or reaching out to people or encouraging or educating, that's really your true purpose in life. And it's not something that you're going to it's not going to, like, you can't force yourself to try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because that's what people get hung up in, or it don't have to sound cute to everybody. You don't have to say, my purpose is to da-da-da. Like, if it just feels right to you, then that's all that matters. You don't have to be so pressed to make it sound like this beautiful, profound thing.
Yeah.
Because, it's all about how you feel about it.
Exactly. And someone said, now that's P. Facts.
That's P.
That is P. This whole book is P.
That's definitely P.
This book is P. But no, honestly, I do understand. It's really just about building yourself.
Yeah.
Your purpose in life is building yourself. That's how that's what I took from it,
I agree.
Your purpose doesn't have to be an end goal or end reason. It's just affirmations within yourself that makes you the best possible person that you can be. That's really what the book teaches you. It taught me that. And people may be listening like, this book not going to teach me that, but really, it will. It really
like DeAndre's a prime example because y'all might not take it from me because I'm like a little older and whatever. But DeAndre's a 19-year-old African-American male.
Yeah. Don't read no books.
And not even saying like you're not smart or something. You didn't because you're exceptionally smart, but to really take the time out to read a self-help spiritual book, you knew it had to be a great book.
Yes.
And that's why I really thought it was important for DeAndre to really speak on a lot of these points because it might feel more believable that it actually will impact you. Like it's not, I'm not just talking on some, oh yeah, it was cute. And
this is the summertime. I could be doing anything I want.
Yeah. I think it really would help people. So show it again so people could, if they want to get it.
I'm gonna show Instagram real quick.
This is
the book right here.
Yeah, that's how it looks. Yeah. So definitely go get that book if you you want to get it. We'll definitely try to if you have any questions about the book too, definitely let us know because we love to talk about it.
Yeah, the book is great. Honestly, DM me, DM the account, DM anything. We talk about the book. The book is great. It is life changing.
Yeah.
And I know people in the past, like in high school, middle school, I'm like, my teacher said this book was life changing for him or her. I'm like, no book can be life changing. But when you're in a time of deep distress and you need something, this book brought me out of that. That's the truth.
Yeah.
So just take the time. But you wanted to do something to me real scandalous last week. You wanted to give me rapid fire questions. So this week,
you gonna take my idea?
This week is your turn. Right? It's like, we said rapid fire, he ha ha. It don't gotta be that rapid fire. Take your time, think about it, but give your intentional answer. And it's not gonna be nothing crazy.
Okay.
It's gonna be good things.
I'm nervous.
And first question is gonna be related to the book a tad bit. Do you have any life mottos that you live by?
Life mottos. That's a good one.
Or self-advice.
Self-advice. The one I used to always say when we first started the business was the one that stuck with me. And that's what I used to live by when I was even younger and didn't know it. It was the one that when it said like, it's not a quote, but it's like a paraphrase kind of thing. It was, do what you want to do in this world because people are going to talk about you either way. They'll talk about the fake version of you, the real version of you, the version that you think people will like more, the version you think people will like less. So you might as well just be who you want to be. And for me, that's some days I'm going to wear sweats and my hoops. Some days I want to do this. Some days I want to talk like that. Some days I want to do this the next day. And it doesn't matter because I love myself when I'm doing what I want to do. I feel like you touched on that of the last episode, but that's the thing I live by every day is just being myself. Like anybody who meet me, they'll tell you like I'm gonna be myself regardless.
Yes, that's growing up. That's hard to think about.
Yeah, because I mean it's not always easy.
Everything influences you.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Question number 2. What is a dumb pet peeve that makes you not like a person without even knowing them yet?
Oh my God.
Without even knowing them.
A pet peeve.
Yeah, like just is something that you like. Oh my God!
When I don't even know them yet.
You may hear them saying it or doing it. You're like, oh, I don't even like this person.
Oh my God, that's because I have 1,000 of those. That's the crazy part. I don't know why I can't think. I'm gonna say, I don't even know if this is a pet peeve. I'm gonna say teeth. Like, I can't get past the teeth.
Okay, but is it like is it uncontrolled? Like the uncontrollable ones, you can't get mad at. But like when it's like intentionally,
yeah, if it's like intentional,
right.
Or what's another one? I'm gonna say dirty fingernails. Like,
yeah. So
why
self-care.
Yeah, self-care is key. Like, why are you walking around with dirty fingernails?
It is key. That's.
I always tell my brother this all the time. Like, he might not clip them toes, but them nails better be on point.
This is for you, and like, come on, bro. Like, there was no reason. There was no reason to say that. Like,
all right, my bad.
Okay. Last one. Give the people a little bit about yourself. I want to know what's something on your bucket list and why.
My bucket list. My bucket list. I want to go to Johannesburg, South Africa, for my 30th birthday. So whoever in the chat kind of go with me, huh?
1:30.
I don't know. I just felt like I'd be real mature, just have enough money where if I go, I ain't gonna be broke. And I just really want to connect back to. Well, I'm not gonna say that's where we come from because I don't know. South Africa is the part where like I came from, but I'm just saying, really, just being deeply rooted into the culture. I'm so excited to experience that. I just want to go. So that's on my bucket list. I'm going to go.
You're gonna go for sure.
I
didn't know that till now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
that wraps it up for the rapid fire. But
oh yeah, well that wraps it up for the whole thing, really.
That's also true.
I just want to thank people for joining us again for another week. Like, we really appreciate y'all. We love y'all so much.
Honestly, that's
and we do this every Tuesday at 6:30. So tune back in. You got anything to plug before we end it?
Plug for the day.
Well, I got to plug.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Send DeAndre all the positive energy. Being a college student is not easy. So
I need
just give him those random text messages or calls. And I'm not saying this because he said this to me or anything, but I know how it feels, so just definitely send him the positive energy. And
it can get hard sometimes.
Yeah, wish him well.
Yeah,
as he's on his journey.
I got 2 plugs today.
Okay.
Say his name again.
Deepak Chopra, I think it is.
Shout out him. That's my first plug. I owe him a lot. That's my first plug right there. Plug number 2 is Mom Parker. But give me this journal. Okay. Get yourself a journal. Yep. It really does help. And write things just about what you're thinking, how you feeling. Keep it on you daily because it does help you a lot. Those are my 2 plugs. I'm really weak you called her Mom Parker. Like, that's a name. Mom Parker. But anyway, yeah. Those are my 2 plugs. Okay, cool. Well, yep. That wraps it up. Follow us on Instagram at Cultivate Everyone. Website, cultivateeveryone.com. YouTube, Cultivate Everyone. Oh my God. Okay, that's it, y'all. DP squared out, man. DP squared out.